Every single human being is created in a perfect way with a very specific purpose, but unfortunately not everyone will reach their full potential.
Just like plants require specific elements for them to grow, human beings have developmental needs for them to reach their full potential in a specific season of their lives.
You know, guys, and if these needs are not met, development is hampered and it can lead to diminishing of a person's potential.
I think it's so important that we as fathers understand exactly what our children need at different ages and different stages in life to bring out their full potential.
I like that. As they say, when you love someone, you'll give them what they need and not what they want.
Yes. So, in the next 3 sessions, we will focus on the seasons of life with a focus on the mother impact years between 0 and 5 years old, and especially with a focus on the first 1,000 days.
So every season counts. This is very, very true for every single human being. God created us all with the same basic needs. So whether you're male or female, whether you're young or old, we have the same basic needs. So before I carry on, if I as a father say I want to love my children, it means I can only love them if I know what they need in every season of their life. Otherwise, I can only provide what they want, and this is not called love. So the next few minutes is very important because I want to give a summary of the seasons in every person's life so that a father can know that he should navigate and make sure that he focuses in on the basic needs in every season. Otherwise, it will account to no love.
We have to understand that there is a particular need that has to be met in every season of life. And that for every season, there is a responsibility that is to be accomplished by each parent. You see, I have 2 kids. One is 10 years old, and the other one is almost 3 years old. I love them equally, but the expression of that love depends mostly on their different needs. So to love them well means to know their individual needs and address those needs accordingly. It is important that we understand the different seasons and the consequences of our failure to meet the needs in those seasons. You see, the sad reality is this. Very few parents are conscious of the needs of their children in the different stages of life. If specific types of input are not given during specific periods of time, children might grow up deficiencies that can hinder them for the rest of their lives. You see, we are designed to develop in a particular way, and we need to be molded by people who will fulfill specific roles during each season of life.
So the first season in any human being is the season 0 to 6. In other words, the first 6 years of a child's life. So the primary voice in this 6 years is the voice of the mother. Mother is the soft-spoken, supposed to be. Mother is the more emotionally inclined being. So mother's voice is vital in the first 6 years, where father is also important, but father should play a supporting role in what he does. Because for the mother, the most important thing to focus in on is her young child will have the basic need of to have a sense of belonging or intimacy. In other words, this child will feel that I'm close to mother, that I'm there, and that I belong. And from this, it will progress into creating an intellectual capacity in the child's life. In other words, so if mother would really spend the time well, and if daddy would support, the child will surface at the end of this season with a strong sense of belonging and intimacy, but also with a well-developed capacity for the intellectual. If I miss the season as a mother, the capacity for the intellectual is just so much smaller in the child's life, and the child will never be able to function on full potential. First 6 years, vital. Dads, just hear me clearly. Your focus in the first 6 years is to support the mother of your children so that she could spend all the time necessary with this child to make sure that the basic need is met.
From age 6 to 11, the child enters into the first father impact years. Now, the father plays a lot of role in this particular season, and among the things that he needs to teach his child in this season is about decision making, the importance of values, and how to make friends.
The other thing for the father in this 6 years is to develop the physical. So the physical development, whether it is literally physical, the body, whether it's sexual development, emotional development, physical development. This is so, so important in the child's life, and it will come from the voice of the father. Father, you won't be able to do this if you don't live in close proximity to your children. I want to say that to the mothers, first 6 years. If mothers is not close, if daddy don't support the mother to be close, there won't be impact. Dads, in the next 6 years, if you don't have time, if you don't spend the time, you won't have the right impact in your child's life. This is vital. So please make decisions in this season to make sure that you're there when the child needs you most. The next 6 years, from age 12 to 18, is now what we want to call the adventure phase, the peer group phase. And this is the time when the child starts to live more outside the house than inside the house, and the primary voice now becomes the voice of friends. So you can hear for yourself, this is dangerous, but it's also the best thing. God created us this way. It's now time that you should have the foundation, the child should have the foundation, to find their feet in the social group, to develop socially, and really to make strong and good decisions. How do they do this? If we really utilize the first 6 years, the second 6 years, and build in values and build in a strong foundation, the child will be able to navigate the next 6 years from 12 to 18 from this foundation that was built in the house. Let me explain this. The first 12 years, the locus of control for any child comes from the external source, the voice of mother and father. The next 6 years, 12 to 18, the locus of control is internally. The child now needs to make their own decisions by that which they got from mother and father to really navigate the next season well.
Now, in this particular season, the child learns to involve himself in society. He mingles with people of his age. It is important that the child would understand his convictions, the child knows his identity, and the child can tell which is right from which is wrong.
Because it's now the need for the child to understand their identity, to really know that they find in their identity, and they turn to dad to really get the encouragement in that. So dad, if you really spend your 6 to 12 years well with your child, that season, this season will be a reinforcement, just a reigniting, the values that you taught your child and really make them strong in their identity. If you missed the first 6 years or that season in their life, this is your second chance. It's now your time to really live well, live close to your child, and really give them the example they always search for.
The father now prepares the child and empowers the child for the next season of life, which is referred to as the culture impact years from around age 21 onwards. Now, the child in this particular season must learn to become dependent on himself. So whatever input the father and the mother has given in the younger years will contribute significantly to the success of the child in this particular season.
So culture will be the primary voice in this developing young adult's life, this adult life. So wherever I put my feet, the immediate culture will really be such a strong voice that it can literally manipulate me into a specific form. So it is vitally important that years 18 to 21, I find my identity so that I choose the culture I will find myself in by means of my identity, my value system, so that it can go well in life. So from 23 to 42, these are the success season. This is when we will really just indulge ourselves in work and really work hard, see where we can seize moments and opportunities, find promotion, push well, live rushed, and see if we can really reach top goal in every single thing we do. It is a dangerous phase because we can live so fast that we miss our families forever. So, to everyone listening, this is time for promotion, this is time to work hard, but it's also time not to lose focus on that which is most important, which is your family and God. So please keep focus. From 42 to 48, we reach half time. Every human being, for male figure, 42 to 48. For ladies, 46 to 54. It's a little bit later. But this half-time season will be known in your life by asking direct questions to yourself. You will ask questions like, did I do enough up to this time? Did I save enough? If I carry on like I carry on, will I reach where I want to end at 65 and later on? And so we can either answer it by indulgence. You can say to yourself, well, I have a lot of money. This as well, so now I can live and use my money and just enjoy life. So this is indulgence. Buy a new car, buy a bike, Some men will even go for a second wife. I mean, they do crazy things, but it is so dangerous. And then lastly, and what we believe most importantly, you can answer it with significance. So, well, yes, this is what I did. I now want to make decisions to make sure that by 65, I reach a specific place, and whatever I'm going to do now, I will direct my life in such a way that I reach where I want to be. In other words, that I can leave a legacy behind. If I stop living on earth, if I go to heaven, I want to leave a legacy behind that will live long past my years of living. That's the way you should answer the 6 years. So from 48 to 65 is so important to realize this is the time that you are mature, you are more at the upper end of community, and this is the time where you are skillful. So now you have to duplicate skills. Duplicate what you know, how you live around you in other people's lives. Train a lot of people. It's a trainee season. Because at 65, when the mentoring season kicks in, 65 to 75, you want trainees around you. You want young people, the next generation around you, so that you can serve as a mentor. The whole life coach of people. Because from 65 to 75, you find your significance. And you will really find the purpose in life by mentoring other people and leave your legacy.